Soulful shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only a few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yes, people, we're back in the building, man. We're back in the building. Hope everybody's doing blessed. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, you already know the deal. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you share. Make sure you like the video as well. That is the most important thing about it. Guys, we're here. Just a quick video. Transfer window is now closed for the European teams, I believe, or the European leagues. I believe Saudi League is actually still open. Can't remember when they closed, but I think that might be into September sometime, maybe even October potentially. So who knows? We may still see, a few deals going through. So obviously today we're here to rate Liverpool's transfer window. The summer's now done. Everybody said, wait, you know what I'm trying to say? We said, you know what? We spoke about this, when Arne Slot obviously came in, new manager leaving after Klopp, and we said, all right, cool. You know what? Let's wait until July. And obviously we got to July. I think this is just in and around like the Euros and stuff like that. Everyone said, nah, guys, it's only July. I remember all the tweets. I remember all the content. I remember everything that everybody said. They said, nah, bro, it's only July, man. Calm down, man. Relax. I'm saying? It's not that deep, man. Give these guys some time. Cool, no worries. We then passed July. Euros finished, Copa America finished, players started to come back. Some people still on holiday, so fairs, couldn't really get everything sorted out. No worries. Then we got to August. Obviously, start August now. You're thinking, all right, cool. Fair enough. All right, so let's get patting him. Yeah, I'm trying to say, we know what we need. We know where the areas that Liverpool are lacking. At this present moment in time, we know that Liverpool need a DM. We know that we're looking at DMs, and obviously there is one in particular in Martin Zubimendi, who we really wanted. So we thought, okay, cool. This is going to be the time. We're getting there. We're getting there. Cool. Middle of August comes. 15th of August, 16th of August comes. We're like, okay, cool. You know what? We're still a bit annoyed. It's now been 2 months. Since the new manager's kind of come in, 2.5 months, if you want to say, since the manager's come in. Nothing's even happened. But again, we were told, guys, we still got the rest of the transfer window. Arne Slot was assessing the squad, as everyone kept telling me. So he done all of that. We faced our last game against, well, I think it was technically the last Palmas game or whatever it was. But, the Sevilla game, that was like the last one for like the big boys anyway. So we finished that game. So now you're thinking, okay, yes. All right, now you've seen the squad. You've had your training sessions. How much more time do you need in order for you to, assess things, as you keep telling everybody, whatever. Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, FSG, whoever it is, I don't know who's in charge at this point, but whoever's in charge of this whole recruitment, what's the dealio? I'm trying to say, what's the dealio? What's going on? So Liverpool fans were waiting. Of course, we're waiting. As I said before, this is however you want to dress it up, this is the team that finished third last season, knocked out of the Europa League, knocked out of the FA Cup, had to play a final in the Carabao Cup with kids in the end. So it must be a team that needs some level of improvement, right? And on top of that, we've had a few departures and stuff like that. A couple players, obviously players who weren't playing many minutes, albeit, but still players nonetheless. They've obviously left the football club, so there must be like a little void in there. There has to be something within that we're looking at least to say, yo, brother, okay, let's let's mosey on with this. You get what I'm trying to say? Because ultimately other teams around Europe, especially in the Premier League, but other teams around Europe, they're kind of taking a few of the players. Obviously these are fans players, but they're taking a lot of the good players who are out there, and a lot of these good players are going to different types of teams, different squads and stuff like that. So ultimately there's not going to be that much left. And unfortunately we tried for Zubimendi, we didn't get him. Fair enough, that's cool. We didn't want to pivot to no one else. whatever that means, like I don't even know what that means going forward. Does that mean that there's someone potentially that you're looking at now, and you think that maybe in 6 months' time, maybe that player might just turn out to, be fantastic, and then you go in for him, or and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, the word opportunistic, came up quite a lot this summer for Liverpool Football Club. In terms of we were looking really for that right deal. And then obviously Chiesa came up and about. Obviously before that, we signed Mamadashvili, but he doesn't join the football team until next season anyway. He's going to spend this season, his last season at Valencia. So count him, don't count him, whatever. But in terms of for the playing squad for this season, Chiesa, obviously that deal came up 12 million, I think, in total in terms of the package. That's probably the type of opportunistic signing, that they realistically was looking at. But yeah, man, ultimately, Liverpool didn't really address any of the air, like, in my opinion. Again, I don't know how Liverpool see it, but in my opinion, Liverpool didn't really they didn't address anything. Like you didn't really do anything, if I'm being totally honest with you. I mean, listen, Chiesa is a really good player, really, really good player. Obviously, we know about his injury record and stuff, but if we just talk about the player himself, he's really, really good. Obviously, if he stays fit, then obviously I'm going to assume it's going to work out, in our favor, right? And there is an argument to be had about the position he's going to play. I'm very intrigued about that, by the way. But obviously, there's an argument to be had in terms of he might be the Mo Salah successor that everyone, is talking about. Obviously we've passed up on quite a lot of other players, and you've gone for an injury prone one, but fair enough. Okay, cool. Like I said, he's still a good player, so I'm not gonna sweat that too much. But you didn't address the DM areas, the defensive areas. There was a few areas of the pitch, I felt anyway, DM, left back, centre back, which I felt that Liverpool needed to address. Like I said, this is a team who finished third last season. This is a team who got knocked out of the Europa League and the FA Cup last season. So I'm definitely looking at this squad and saying, at the bare minimum, surely you feel that we can do better. Now, whether you believe that that is then on the manager, in terms of he's the one that can gain us those extra points and get us those wins, in particular parts of the season, which then allows for us to, remain competitive and potentially even win, these competitions. Now, I'm not saying anything is guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination, because we know we've got the greatest manager on planet Earth right now in the Premier League. So, and probably the best team out there as well, or top two at least. So of course it's going to be difficult, and I'm not saying that it's just an easy thing. Heck, Klopp could only do it one time. So if Klopp could only do it one time, then yeah, Arne Slot's chances might be even slimmer than that. But of course, it remains to be seen, right? But taking away from that, or looking away from that, should I say, I just don't really get the window. I honestly don't. And obviously I'll give you guys, my rating. I'll show you guys, the departures and arrivals and stuff like that in a second. But honestly, I just don't really get Liverpool's window whatsoever. Yeah, honestly, it's really confusing. Sends a lot of mixed messages to fans, and it's this word I keep saying it, and it's so funny because I never used to use this word, but this summer I feel like this word is needed, and it's not even opportunistic. It's optics. The optics do not look good for Liverpool. I'm sorry. I don't care how you want to dress it up. I don't care how you feel about the team and whatnot and whatnot. As I said, this is a team that finished third last season. This is a team that its best players are over the age of 30. So, we're not in a position, in my opinion, where I feel that you could have just sat back. We didn't just come off a treble winning season for the third time in a row. Where you can at least then say, guys, come on, how can we improve this team? This team has done it all. It hasn't, unfortunately. This is a team that, is clearly lacking in areas, regardless of even if we had injuries or no injuries. I still think it's a team that, in certain areas just needs that extra jump. And we're not asking, and, as Liverpool fans, I think in general, listen, everyone knows I would love to sign Musiala, and these kind of, to be honest, he's really the only signing I would actually want to sign, today. If I had to pick one person, he'd be the one. But, that we're not even asking for those type of signings. We're not asking for the Mbappes, the Kvaratskhelia, and all these kind of guys, just asking for you to seemingly be a bit more competent at your job and not patronize people into thinking that there is no one out there in world football that could potentially improve the team. And that's where I think fans are always going to be annoyed, regardless of what you think about the team. So for those out there who believe, yeah, the team is good enough to do whatever you think the team is good enough to do, fair. Cool. I hope it is. Yeah, at this point, we've got no other choice but to hope that it is, right? But if we believe that, and for those who think they believe that anyway, it's almost like then, so then why did you then want signings in the first place? You know, those kind of things just don't really marry up. And even if I'm looking at Liverpool, if you truly believe that, then why did you go in for Martin Zubimendi? Doesn't make sense then, innit? If you believe that there was someone out there who could improve the team, then what, like, why didn't you, like, it's like, why didn't you just trust the players that you did have instead of going in for someone that you thought could improve the team? Fair enough, you didn't get him. So you mean to tell me there's nobody else? But then, okay, cool, scratch that DM position, because Liverpool have been looking for that since Fabinho left. And to be honest, even before that, we've been looking for a DM. You know, we tried to get in the Chouamani's of this kind of world, and, you know, it just didn't really work out. Caicedo's, Lavia's. Like, this is what I always say about actions speak louder than words, right? Because this is why when people say, oh, read between the lines with like words and stuff like that, that's cool. But your actions will always show you what you're about, right? Liverpool have been trying to sign a player in that position for time. For time. Like I said, since the Chouamani days. Since the Chouamani days, we've been trying to sign someone in that position. So for people who say, just trust the squad, the club doesn't even trust the squad because they've been trying to sign someone for that position. And if they've been trying to sign someone for that position, clearly they don't trust the squad. So I don't get how you can look at the squad and then say, yeah, I can trust it, when the club have shown you on countless occasions that they don't even trust it. That's always been my gripe, is that we try to do this. Yeah, but the manager said, forget what the manager said. It's all irrelevant because the actions are showing me something different. That's like that's like a brother saying to his girl, "Yeah, I love you," but these times he's constantly doing madnesses. He's cheating behind her back. He's got 3 kids with someone else. Bro, your actions are telling me that you don't love me. How about that? Your actions are telling me that you don't love me because you're doing all of this foolishness. And that's why sometimes I think, like, guys, are we understanding what's kind of going on? Like, listen, big up Arne Slot, because he's obviously had to walk into this anyway, but. And obviously, of course, because of how we run our business and stuff like that, he's just got to he has to play the hand that he's dealt, right? Fair enough, cool. But like I keep saying, we've been trying to find one for absolute time. And you cannot convince me otherwise. Chouamani's, the Lavias, the Caicedos, the Zubimendis. We've tried to go in for these guys. So you can't then say, oh yeah, but we can clearly he can develop a good Ryan Gravenberch. You mean he can develop Ryan Gravenberch? He didn't even want to play Ryan Gravenberch in there. How about that? How about he didn't want to play Ryan Gravenberch? He didn't even want to play him in there. He wanted Martin Zubamendi, and we didn't get him. So when I look at it on the face of it, I'm just like, bro, honestly, like Liverpool, hey, listen, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. Good luck. Listen, this could be an absolute stroke of genius from Liverpool. This could ultimately be a stroke of genius from Liverpool. Liverpool could end up potentially, let's say Liverpool win the Premier League, the Liverpool hierarchy, the club, they will be laughing. They will be laughing in everybody's face. We didn't even need to sign a DM. How about that? We didn't even need to sign a DM. We didn't need to go out and get all of these players that Chelsea have got, or Arsenal have got in, Manchester United, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and all these other teams in the entire Premier League and across Europe. We didn't have to go out and get none of these guys. Guess what? This team was able to do that. Hey, I would that would be such irony for all of us, to be honest with you. For all of us who wanted signings, it would be irony. And to be honest, I think everybody wanted signings. I'm not gonna. No one can try. There's nobody, no content creator, no fan, nobody who can try and convince me. Oh no, I didn't want any signings. Of course you did. Like, come on, bro. Like we all know that there's probably a player out there in our own perception who we believe could potentially improve this squad, right? So let's stop the hoo-has and stuff like that. But listen, man, for me, yeah, like I said, I'll give you my rating in a sec anyway. But let's take a look at obviously the deals that Liverpool have obviously done. Let's look at this is the arrivals, right? I mean, it's not long. We've only had 2 arrivals. So you got Mamadashvili, who, of course, 30 million euros. I think that's the total package. I think there's some add-ons and stuff like that within that. But he obviously, of course, doesn't join until next season. So yeah, we're not going to see him until next season, so he doesn't really matter. But yeah, forward thinking, planning, Allison potentially backup Kelleher. I mean, how does Kelleher even feel at this moment in time? He's probably sitting there thinking, "Rah, I'm gonna really need to start looking for a new football club ASAP." I don't even know how long he's left even on his deal. That'd be quite interesting to see. But anyways, we got him Federico Chiesa, as I mentioned before. Check out my video talking about Chiesa and what I think about the signing. But like I said, good player. It's just let's just, for me, he's more like let's just see. He wasn't one of my options. He wasn't really someone I've always liked, but just I just don't try. He's like a Neto to me, where I'm just like, I don't know, like kind of thing in terms of they're so good, but then at the same time, how much do you trust them? I don't trust them a lot at all, to be honest with you. So let's just wait and see. But anything can change, right? Anything can change. And yeah, that's about it. That is literally the arrival. So in terms of the full sum, 42 million euros. Total market value of the arrivals was 130. So that's pretty good. If that's their market values, 130 mil, and we got them for 42 million, pretty good. You can't, I mean, that's good business. That's good business in itself. Remember, I'm only talking about the deals we have done before I give you my full rating. So yeah, so that's quite simple. When we look at the departures, we can see Seth Vandenberg obviously going to Brentford, 23.6. Fabio Carvalho going to Brentford, 23.4. And then all of these are free transfers and or loans. Obviously got Adrian, really technically. Stefan Bajcetic going to RB Salzburg. Ben Doak going off to Middlesbrough. Calvin Ramsey to Wigan. Nat Phillips finally. But he's gone. He's only again on loan. Honestly, it must be his wages that they keep this guy around, because I cannot understand for the life of me as to how you are still here at this football club. Reece William, he's gone all the way down to bloody League Two to play for Morecambe. Peter Luger, again out on loan, he's gone to Livingston. And then obviously, as we know, Thiago Alcantara has retired, and Joel Matip at the moment, who's currently without a football club. So some 47 million euros. The total market value of all of the departures that we've had so far is 120 million. So the fact that we've only got 47, let's say we take out Thiago and Joel Matip, yeah, fair enough, I guess. Do you know what I mean? I think Clyde Gordon was another one. I'll definitely have a look. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you guys now. So yeah, obviously got Kumas as well, Scanlon in there. As I said, yeah, Kai Gordon. I thought he was another one. He's another player, but within that, yeah. Yeah, there's not really much more I can realistically say. Like, I think, look, obviously, in terms of, obviously, we still know we've got the contract situation with Virgil van Dijk. And I think that this is why all of it is just, it's quite infuriating, so to speak, because you still got the contract situation, Virgil, Trent, and Mohamed Salah, because that's not been sorted out. And again, I'm not saying it's that, because obviously that's more under the old regime before Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards obviously came back, right? So there is a little bit of fair enough kind of thing. And also, I can only imagine that will then have an impact also on potential incomings, because of the way that we are as a football club. Remember, know your owners, right? Know your owners. So because of the way that we are as a football club, like, these are the kind of things you got to think about, in our head when it comes to, oh, but why are we not doing certain things and blah, blah, blah. And obviously I can only imagine that is going to, impact quite a lot, right? So yeah, look, on the face of it, when you look at it, getting in 47 million, and I think obviously we got a bit of money from Dominic Solanke's move to Spurs. I think sell-on clause, sell-on fee, wherever that was. But yeah, I mean, yeah, look, this is the squad there. Big up Ben, by the way. LFC Ben, or Ben LFC, however he wants to call it. Sorry, I stole your image. I do apologize. But I'm using it. But yeah, this is obviously just the kind of squad depth that we've got. So you can see for goalkeeper, obviously we've got Ali. We've got two players there, so obviously Ali and Keller, no problem. Left back area, we've got obviously Andrew Robertson with Simicas and Gomez to be able to play there. Virgil for that left centre back, and obviously Kwanzaa, Gomez, Konate, and then Gomez as the backup. Trent, and then Connor Bradley and Gomez again. I mean, one player for all of these positions is quite amazing. But yeah, fairs. DM, only two natural DMs, would we say? and I still wouldn't call Ryan Gravenberch a natural DM, but hey, he's there. With Endo as the cover. McAllister in that left central midfield with Enyoni and Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, who I believe is still injured. Surprise, surprise. And obviously Dominic Szoboszlai in that right side of central midfield with only Harvey Elliott really as someone who can really slot in there. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add in Tyler Morton, that's 8 players. It's weird because I think with Liverpool, when I look at those kind of things, I'm like, it's not even about the 8 players. It's just more about the quality of those 8 players. That's where, in my opinion, anyway, that's where I look at it and I'm like, yeah, nah. I do not feel that quality whatsoever. In terms of left wing, you've got quite a few players now. You've obviously got Chiesa is kind of the Gomez of the attack, to be honest with you, because he can play in all the positions. But you've got Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo. They put Diogo Jota in there, but fair enough. Diogo Jota and obviously Chiesa. Again, players you can kind of shift in and around. Attack, I'm not really too fast. Obviously, striker, Jota, Gakpo, Nunes, right wing. They put Elliott, Chiesa, and Mohamed Salah, and obviously Chiesa for the striker role as well. So we've got what we've had to do really, with what I've seen from Liverpool is we've had to kind of put in players who, or we've got more players who can just play in various different positions, right? And obviously, hopefully, in your eyes, if push comes to shove, like last season with Joe Gomez, if you know your first choice centre back, first choice left back gets injured, and your second choice, you've still got someone who can play in that position. So maybe that's just the way they're kind of looking at it. But like I said, man, I just feel when we're looking at this, right? For me, if we're just talking about quality, the midfield area for me, it just isn't good enough, in my personal opinion. I like in terms of just really the depth. If I'm being super honest with you, I definitely felt like we needed to at least get a body in. And like I said, obviously Tyler Morton's not added to this at this current moment in time, but it makes no difference because he doesn't add any quality to that lineup anyway. But yeah, I definitely wanted a quality midfielder in anyway. In that position, left back, I definitely wanted some quality in, and the centre back position, I really wanted us to, really improve upon that. If I'm being totally honest with you, attack's more about. I'm not fussed with it. Like it's calm the way it is. In terms of, it will just be more personal preference, i.e., go out and sign an Elise. Don't allow him to go to Bayern Munich, or if you could have got Musiala, Kvaratskhelia, like those are the kind of things that we're looking at, when we're talking about our attack, right? But I'm not going to fuss about it too much unless they start doing rubbish. But yeah, it's more looking at these other areas. That's where I'm a little bit like, yeah, like I said, midfield, centre back and left back. Those are definitely the 2 areas of the pitch I felt that Liverpool, needed to sort out, and they didn't. So if I had to give you my final ratings, I would give it a out of 10. It's like a 2.5/3, maybe 2.5/3. I'm trying to think for the departures and stuff. I'm not really too fast because you obviously certain players went out on loan and stuff like that. Even though I think we should have just sold a lot of these youngsters anyway, but whatever. I'm stuck between. I'm gonna just stick on like a 2.5 out of 10, to be honest with you, because like I said, you didn't address any of the areas I wanted you to address. And I don't feel like Liverpool go into the season any stronger than last season. Let's put it that way. And that for me is why I'm like, because again, like I said, you're not coming off a season where you've done absolutely fantastic, couldn't have gone any better, etc., etc. You are coming off a season where there was a lot to be desired, and it's not just tactically, guys. Like, let's not be silly. Like, it's not just a tactical thing; it is a player quality thing, and that's where I feel like Liverpool have kind of lacked. And maybe a bit of ego. To be honest with you, maybe there's a bit of ego involved in within that. But listen, man, it is what it is. This is the team that we've got, moving forward. So we just got to live with it. Do you know what I mean? It really, truly, we just got to live with it. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Give me your rating for Liverpool's transfer window. I guess we'll be back in January in regards to, the next transfer window. Let's see where Liverpool are at, obviously, come January. Heck, who knows? Like I said, the owners might be the last ones laughing. Let's wait and see, man.